What's up, everybody? How are we doing now? Listen, if you're paying attention to what is going on at Fight Island, then you saw this morning there was a bit of a debacle, a bit of a fast one tried to be pulled by Khamzat Chimaev. But listen, God loves a trier. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, as they always, well, some people say in mixed martial arts. So anyway, what am I talking about? Well, I'm going to get into it right now. But before I do, you know what I'm going to say. Ring the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. But if you don't ring the bell, then you're not going to know about the videos that are coming out. I'm flying to New York in the morning. In fact, no, not, well, yeah, technically the morning. Tonight, 1 a.m., I'm flying to New York. I'll be there to cover UFC 268. I'm also flying down to Las Vegas for the Contender on Tuesday. So a busy week, but I'm going to be on the ground in New York for UFC 268. Brantendo's flying up with me as well. So we're going to get all kinds of outdoor footage. We're going to do interacting with the fans. We're going to try and get some interviews with fighters and things like that. So be sure to check out the channel next week for all of that content. Now, Fight Island, UFC 267, Glover Teixeira, Jan Blachowicz, main event, co-main event, Piotr Jan taking on Corey Sandhagen. Fantastic fights, but a fight that a lot of people are interested in is Khamzat Chimaev coming back, taking on the Leech, Li Jingliang. The fight is at 170 pounds. And if you saw what happened at the weigh-ins, there was a bit of a, there was some fun and games, and there was a bit of a fast one, maybe that Khamzat was trying to pull. Okay, so obviously you're going to be 170 pounds. The commissions do allow you £1 leeway. So you can come in at 171, or if it's a middleweight fight, you can come in at 186, or light heavy, 206. You can do the math. You just add one every time, unless it's a championship fight. If it's a championship fight, that pound is eradicated. You're going to be bang on the money. Now, Khamzat Chimaev came in this morning, or whenever it was in bloody Abu Dhabi, came in, and he was 171.5. Okay, so he was a little bit over. So he had to go away and he had to cut an extra little bit of weight. Now, half a pound doesn't sound like a lot. But when you've already depleted yourself and you've already pushed yourself to the absolute limit to try and make 171, the fact that you're coming in at 171.5 means it was hard. Otherwise, you definitely hit 171. He's a big welterweight. Obviously, he's fought at middleweight as well. In fact, he says he'll fight at any weight. That's why people love Khamzat. But still, he came in at 171.5. So therefore, he's got to go away and he's got to cut the rest of that weight. So he did do that. He went away and then he came back. And DC, I love you, buddy. But he did the old DC with the towel trick. And I don't know if DC did a towel trick, but it looked like DC did a towel trick. What am I talking about? So you strip off, right? Because obviously you want to be lighter. And those underpants, they can weigh a little bit. And who knows, maybe they're a little wet. Maybe they've soaked up a lot of sweat. So therefore, instead of weighing half a pound, they're weighing a pound or whatever it is. I don't know what men's underwear weigh, okay? But still, he takes them off. So then they have the towel. Okay, so when you lean on the towel, well, at the very least, it's supporting the weight of your arms. And if you lean on it, you push down in it, and the people either side pull the towel to give tension. The more you push on that, the lighter you're going to be, right? And you can't blame Khamzat, because when you're trying to make weight, it's a miserable process. I did a video at length, if you want to go see that, telling you all how the process goes. It's bloody miserable. If he's doing 15, 20 pounds, you're on the verge of death and you just want it to end. Right? All you're thinking about is water. It's funny, people think that you're really hungry. I'm not going to talk about food. It's like, food is the last thing on my mind. Of course, once I get hydrated, yeah, food, I want to eat it, of course. But right now, I need water. Okay, because I'm going to die of thirst, of dehydration. My body's on the verge of collapsing. It's so stupid because you spend so much time, you spend 2 months wrapping your body in cotton wool, treating it like a temple. And then the night before the weigh-in, or night before the fight, pardon me, you almost kill yourself. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Khamzat comes back in. He supposedly cut the pound, which he did do. But he leans on the towel, okay? He's leaning on the towel, which, as I said, at the very least, supports the weight of your arms, okay? And he weighed 166 pounds. And everyone was kind of scratching their heads going, hold on a minute, that ain't right. There's no way you went from 171.5, missing weight, to now coming back in at 166, But as I say, you can't blame Khamzat. All right, you might say, but that's cheating, Mike. That's cheating. So, yeah, you're right. But he was pretty much on weight. You know what I mean? And when you go back that next time, you're shitting your pants. You are. You're shitting your pants because you want to make weight. You want to go and drink. You want to start the rehydration process, then taking on the nutrients. And yeah, okay, that's all well and good from a coach's perspective. But as the person, as the individual, you just want a fucking drink. You want a glass of water. You want to suck on an ice cube. You want any kind of fluid in your mouth because it's so bad. Trust me, I've been there many, many times. And that's one of the great things of being retired is that I don't have to make fucking weight ever again. So Khamzat, even though he cut the half pound, he was trying it on, because he wanted to be sure. Because you don't really know. Half a pound, you go, you think you run it off, you step on the scale says it's good. Maybe there's a little bit of a conflict between that scale that you're using and the official scale. Maybe it's a tiny, tiny bit. So just to try and make sure, he does the old towel trick. God bless him, I say. Anyway, so he comes in at 166. And they're like, no. No, you don't, buddy. There's absolutely no way you just lost 6.5 pounds. So they make him get off it again. Then they make him get on the scale and he puts his hands in the air. And I think it was 171. So he hit the nail on the head. So good for him. The fight is still on. I can't wait for it. It's a very, very intriguing fight. And when this happened, it made me think, have I ever had a similar scenario? And the only time I came close to not making weight was the Ultimate Fighter Season 14 finale in Las Vegas at the Palms. I was fighting Jason Mayhem Miller, and, we had a contentious season of the Ultimate Fighter. We went back and forth, so I was very much looking forward to punching him in the face. And we had the weigh-ins at the Palms in Las Vegas, and we step out there, he gets on the scale, he made weight, and I got on the scale, and the first time ever, I was 0.025 of a pound over. So next to nothing, right? And I get on the scale, the same thing, I'm like, come on, it's 0.025 of a pound. Are you really going to make me cut weight? And Miller's like, yeah, 100% you got to make weight. Which, to be fair, I would have done the same thing. If you can make your opponent suffer for an extra 5 minutes, even though it's not going to matter in the fight, but it's just to fuck with them and annoy them, I would have done the same thing. So fair play to Miller. So I was pissed. I was like, fuck. So I went to the gym. I ran to the gym in the hotel, which took about 30 seconds. I get in there. I jump on the treadmill for 10 minutes. I put it on 9 miles an hour or whatever. I run for 10 minutes. I'm all hyped up. I'm pissed off. I'm angry because I should now be sitting in a restaurant drinking and eating, but instead I'm fucking about in a gym trying to cut 1/4 of a pound. So I go back, I step on the scale, boom, lo and behold, there it is, made weight. Anyway, that's the nearest I came to ever not making weight. And it's a crazy process. It really is. You're almost killing yourself. But yeah, fortunately, the fight is still on. Li Jingliang taking on Khamzat Chimaev. As we know, Khamzat came in. He wiped the floor with those two people in Abu Dhabi. Then he knocked out Jared Mirachart. And Jared Mirachart's a tough guy. And John Phillips and Reece McKee in Abu Dhabi, they were tough guys as well. But the first two guys kind of played into his style because they never had a wrestling background. And I say that with respect, lads, to Reece and John. They struggled with the wrestling aspect. Jared Mirachart, he can wrestle. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He can bang as well. But I think he was expecting the takedown. Then, boom, 17 seconds in, peach of a right hand. Li Jingliang is a different kettle of fish from those guys. And again, I say that with respect. That is not an insult. But Jingliang can fight, man. And he's got that dog inside of him, And you can see at the press conference this week, he's not intimidated. He's not scared. And he's relishing the prospect. I'm kind of curious as to know how Khamzat is going to get on in terms of cardio. A lot of people have struggled when they get what they call the long COVID. And that's what he had. Apparently, a lot of people, they struggle with their cardio big time. Some NBA players, they struggled. They were never the same. Khamzat Chimaev, apparently, he retired, didn't he? He retired, actually, and then he got kind of talked into it by the leader of Chechnya. There's no, you ain't retired, buddy. Back in you go. So listen, I'm just glad the fight's still on. I can't wait. It's an incredible matchup, but I think I'm going to go with Khamzat. In fact, I am. I'm going to go with Khamzat Chimaev. I think that is my pick. We saw the wrestling, we saw the knockout power, we see the confidence, and we also hear the stories. The stories that apparently, and this must piss off Gustafsson, the stories are is that he handles Alexander Gustafsson quite handily in the gym, whether it's on the feet or on the ground. And as we know, Gustafsson's one of the best to ever do it. What a career he had at light heavyweight, which is 2 weight classes up from Khamzat. So if that's true, then that's why I'm picking Khamzat Chimaev to win this fight. If it's not true, that must piss Alexander Gustafsson off, that this fucking stupid story, these fairy tales are going around that he used to batter him in the gym. Maybe Khamzat landed one glove, you know what I mean? That was it. And ever since then, the myth of Khamzat Chimaev destroying Alexander Gustafsson lives on for generations. But anyway, either way, 8:30 a.m. That is when it starts, California time. Tune in, enjoy the fights. Oh, and by the way, if you want to sprinkle on a few dollars, if you want to make a few quid or a few bucks, go to betonline.ag. Okay, they've got all the bets. They've got Glover Teixeira coming in as the underdog at plus 235. Jan Blachowicz is the favourite at minus 275. BetOnline.ag is the website that you want to go to. And yeah, there you go. Enjoy the fights. Enjoy your weekend. I fly to New York later. The next time you see me, I'll be coming live to you from New York. Be sure to check out all the content. Ring the bell, as I say. Subscribe. And thank you for your support.